Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and we have a product that's going to really be of a benefit for people that want to save space and have a TV rolling rack to support their TV and move it to wherever they need. So this is a mobile television stand made by Vevor, and they do a fine job on their product. This is what it looks like when it's finished. Now it'll hold TVs 88 pounds, up to 88 pounds, and it will accommodate the mounting of 23 inch all the way up to 60 inch. This is 61 inches high. I'm going to primarily show you how to assemble this in this video. I'm going to have lots of information up in the upper right hand side that's going to give you dimensions, specs, and a lot of useful information that will help you decide if this is the product for you. Now, first thing we're going to do is look at the parts list and some of the assembly instructions. Parts list right here showing you the quantity and the designation of the part. There's a few tools, Allen tools, 2 Allen tools, and a wrench. I'm going to use 2 of my wrenches, and I'm going to use my power screwdriver or drill and a bit that will handle the tools that they provide job. Okay, and these are the assembly steps. You see, it shows you exactly how it's going to look and what you do, and I'm going to demonstrate these and describe what I'm doing. The parts are laid out the way they're going to be assembled, and this is where I'm going to do most of the assembly on this table. Folks, I'm having to reassemble this because I got this in the wrong position without realizing. This is very critical to put this together and have it to support the weight of the TV. Right here they're showing this base, and it looks like it's got these arms, 2 arms going closer together, and this is wider. It's very important that that you orientate this towards you with these 2 holes. See that? That's your identifying mark for where these 2 short ones go. You could get the 2 long ones in there not realizing it, but the 2 short ones go into this area right here. And actually you turn this over like that, and the 2 short ones will go like this, and these bolts will go in there, and then the casters here. The 2 long ones are going to go out here like this. So, actually, I even got it wrong there. Here are the 2 short ones, right here. They go like that. That is the way it's supposed to go. So you start from that point and then work around. But before I do that, I found that the casters, and they have a locking mechanism right here. That locks them, and this unlocks them, 1 on each one. It's easier if you put all the casters on like this, and then you can just kind of spin this around, and it's much faster and quicker than trying to do it with it on the mounted on the base. And you just tighten this up. Do each one of them like this. Hold on to that and just spin this around. Much faster, and you'll find it'll work a lot easier. And you want to get this little locking nut all the way up. That's so you can adjust the wheels if you need to. Now, I'm not going to show any more. I'm going to go ahead and whoop. Lock that down. Now, I'll go ahead and do the rest, and then we'll come back and put those arms on. Now, like this, I'm going to take the first short one. Remember, the short one goes here and also there. We get these started, And I did find it's really good to use this to start them with. Get the correct tool. Whoop. And it will be easier to kind of guide it and to kind of spin this around. And then once you get it started, you can use your electric screw gun if you want, if you have one. So I did find that is easier than trying to do it with your fingers. And then do this one. Now verify I have this correct, and then the other two have to go in correctly. Okay. And you see how this really helps a lot to get it started other than your hands. And I'll do this one. And I'll come back when they're all done, but I wanted to show you this is critical to have the two short ones here as they show in the picture. It'll become evident later. And see, this is the way it should look. The long ones will be away from the screws. Very important. See, we're verifying two screws, short ones and the long ones are out that way. Perfect. Now we can go to the next step. Oh, and then they're showing also on the bottom, turn this over. Whoop. Actually, we've got to put this rod in there, right there. And that's the one that has the base right here. There's another one that is hollow, but this is the one, and you want it with these two screws there facing. And they're showing that we put A with a washer. They're showing a little washer there, which is A. A is right here, and let me get those out. Okay, and the washer. Put the washer on. Turn this over, and then we screw this in. Very important to get this step now before you get this all. Let me do what I say before, is use this to kind of guide it in. It's better than with your hands, I'll tell you. And then I like to use my drill. And you also want these lined up. And let me see, you can turn it a little bit if you need it. Okay, and it's showing tighten them up. There you go. And now we go over to the next step, and now we're going to add the extension on using this little coupler right here. Now, they're showing this clearly to either end is okay. It can go either way. And you take this splicer, and with the screw holes, when you take it apart, they nest together like that, and it just lines up with these holes facing you, and that fits right in that notch. And then this one will go on top like that. And then you use these two B screw and washer, and you get this started and this one started, and that connects the two together with support. And then we just screw them on in. And we are good. Now let's see. Actually, I'm looking to see when they put these screws in. Yep, they did show them right there. So we do have to get those in. And they are H. And here are H right here. And actually that's at the same time we put that screw in. So let's get this guy. Let's see, it's the smaller. Now we use the smaller one. And you line them up. And if you have to wiggle a little bit to get this, there, it did it. Okay, and then this one, we'll get him in. Actually, they showed these two going in before you tighten the bottom up, and that makes sense. Okay, now we tighten these up. Okay, there. See, they did show putting these in first and then tightening that. I kind of missed that, so you got to be very careful watching these pictures. Okay, and now we have this in place and everything is there, and now it says we can put this over to the side. Now in the picture they're showing to hold this like this, the base, with these three like that, and you put a washer, which is D, and you should have 6 of them, and 3 of them are going to go there, and then these 2 holes are going to mount up on that, and this is going to be the third one, and this will pull out, giving you access in there with your finger. So orientate it like this, and then you line this up, all 3, and it will go right down, and then you put one of these washers on each stud. Okay, and now I put this one right in there, and also while I'm up showing you, I'm going to put this nut right in here. Well, I generally wouldn't do this, but I'm trying to show you also of how you can use your fingers to do that. Now let me go get these nuts on. Now we're going to join these 2 together, and what we do is put the splicer in, just like that, with the 2 holes that way, then line this one up. And if you'll notice, the support for the TV is on the longer legs, giving it more weight handling capacity under the TV. So that's why that's very important. And then we take our 2 remaining B screws and washer and screw these 2 together. Okay, and this one. Got the little one in there. Get the big one. Okay. And there we go. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah. Now you can see that with the base, now that's why it's important to have that TV mount over those longer legs, and you could assemble it with the shorter legs that way, and that would not be good. Okay. Now this step calls for mounting the accessory tray right here, and there's a little bracket here that goes on it. You select a place along here, and it can be adjusted. You put this collar on there, whoop, and kind of put your fingers on there, and these F bolts, and you want the small one, yeah, the small Allen tool, and get a couple of threads in there if you can. I'm going to try to get that a little bit more. Yeah, they're going in. Okay. Enough to hold it, and then you can go and put the next one in, holding this up a little bit, just like that. Okay? And don't cross thread it. It feels like it's there. It's going in straight. And you can adjust this to the height and position that you particularly want, but just go ahead and tighten her down, and I'm going to use this and the smaller bit, is tight. And actually I'm going to have to break it loose just a little bit. I might want to straight, actually that's about straight as it can be right there. Then let's see, we have two little straps here, and I'm going to see what that's for. I need to show you, this is what is going to secure all of your cables that go up the pole. And what you do is just put one of these in this location, and there's three of them, and you can put another one right here. You will have them all secured and they're not just dangling around. I thought it might be that, but it's not. There's your little shelf, and that'll hold 22 pounds of weight. So most of the things you would have to, like a DVD player or a router, or some sort of equipment that you need, visual equipment. And now the rest is going to be mounting the TV and these rails. Right here, there's a section showing all the different screws. You've got a lot of 6 different screws, sizes, and spacers to accommodate your particular TV. Mine's going to be different than yours. I'm just going to show you basically how you mount the rails and position the rails. So you want to make sure you get them mounted properly. And right here, if you look very carefully, they're showing up, and on each one of these is up. So that will always be up, and you want the individual screw holes at the top and these slotted ones at the bottom. And then this would go on here like this, or it can, depending on your TV, you've got an option here. It can go just like that, and this mounts like that. Now this would be on the back of the TV. This is always mounted on the TV first, and then with it, pick the TV up and hook them on there. And then I'm going to show you one other thing on the back. What you have to do to lock it in place is there is one little locking apparatus that keeps the TV from being able to be pulled off accidentally. And that's these little things right here. They help lock the TV on. And what they do is go right in here. Let me pull it up. And I could go down just a little bit to show you a little easier. Right here. Now the TV is mounted on here before you do this. And right here, you take one like this, and it goes in just like this. It slides down on either side. Let me just kind of take this off and show you. It goes just like this. See, the ear is on that side, and that's what's going to lock it in there. And I'm going to put it right there. Actually, I'm going to do it right there. Okay, so I push that in there like that. And then you tighten this down. I'm just going to do one to show you. And I'm just do it finger tight. And now see, you cannot pull this off at all. It's locked on. And you can tighten it, and then the TV can't move sideways. You do another one on the other side also. So that's how you lock it in place, and don't forget that. You want that because if the TV is bumped up, it can be pulled off of this and dropped. So that's one thing you want. See, if you don't have this in there, then what it will do is nothing will stop it from bumping up, possibly. Okay. And that's the way that goes. Okay, folks, I think it's going to be a good system, and I think that will do the job really well. And you can hold 88 pounds up here, 22 pounds here, and it can be rolled around. And also you have locks here that you can push these locks with your feet. That one's locked. And then it's difficult there. There, it's locked. Okay. As you see, with the legs and over this, it gives you a lot of support, and that's the way it goes. Okay, and the weight is all going to be on this side and not on the other side. Okay, folks, I think it's a good system. It's going to solve a lot of people's problems for being able to mount their TV in a remote location and move it around. Okay, I want to thank you very much for watching my video.